Germany are setting a new record of 5 World Cup finals. The Argentines have been in 2 before, and they have a good recent record against West Germany. The team news: Argentina have kept the side that defeated Belgium in the semi-final, which means that Olarte is preferred at left back to Garay. He'll be wearing number 16, and Hector Enrique keeps his place at number 12. The news of the West German side is that Thomas Berthold, who was suspended from the semi-final, 21 years old, he will be playing in the team today, wearing number 14, and the man who goes out is Wolfgang Rolf, who did a marking job on Platini in the semi-final, and that, I suppose, Jimmy Hill suggests that Matthäus may be the man to mark Maradona.
All the indications are that that's going to take place today, and certainly at the start of the game he's going to get as tight as he possibly can. But on the other hand, my view of the Argentines is that they're not a one-man team. They are all, every one of them, equally intent on winning this World Cup on this occasion. They were my choice to start with, not necessarily for football reasons, but because their national pride has been dented, and they had that reason off the field for wanting to prove to the world that they had pride in their home country. So far, so good on that, and if you add Maradona to that total determination, you've got some really outstanding machine. The Germans, they've been thorough in defence, they were relentless in midfield against the French. As Bobby Charlton said, they're the best long shots in the business. Stamina suspect late in the game. I tend to disagree with Trevor Brooking just a touch on this. I think the longer it goes, Maradona will have conserved his energy and he'll wait to find the space and then win the game for Argentina. But we shall see. All I know is that it is a momentous occasion and so full of excitement in this stadium.
Maradona then, having won the quarter-final against England and the semi-final against Belgium, now has the opportunity to prove himself a match winner in the World Cup final. And here's Jacobs for West Germany. He's wearing number 17, and Karl-Heinz Förster is number 4. Germans, just to remind you, in the green shirts. And interestingly, the referee immediately has told Jacobs to pull his socks up. This was, literally that is, this was a FIFA directive that players must look smart throughout the tournament, and Jacobs, who likes to play with his stockings down, was given an early instruction there by the Brazilian official to pull his stockings up, and there he is, in fact, having done so. Number 17. Förster. Turned on by Felix Magath to Briegel. Here's Rummenigge, back again to Briegel. And they've got players in the area there, West Germany. Adair had come up. Magath with the throw. Arlofs, Rummenigge's in the centre, and West Germany forced the first corner. Bremer looks as though he's going to take it. Briegel has gone forward. So has Adair and Berthold. They were trying to find Briegel on the near post. Berthold has stayed up here. Cut out by Cuchufo. Maradona, Cuchufo. Free kick given to Argentina. Maradona has been fouled there. And as Argentina move forward with Boroushaga, we look across to see who is picking up Maradona, and it looks like Matthäus at this stage. Boroushaga again. Jorge Valdano, Cuchufo, Boroushaga. Little mistake left in Maradona. Artikachir's made a good run, but he's offside. This is Bramer, who's playing on the right, it would appear. Felix Magath. Rummenigge's made a run through the inside right position, pursued by Ruggieri, who got to the tackle. Hector Enrique. Giusti. Valdano. Giusti. Enrique. In for Maradona. That was Mateus. He is marking him. It's a foul. Batista has gone up to the far side of the penalty area. Ruggieri is in there too, and so too Batista. None of them made it. Jose Luis Brown, number 5. Batista. Cachufo, Batista. Artikachir. Broutsaga's coming in with Schumacher. Harold Schumacher, one of the most confident and dedicated men in the game, although he's got a mixed reputation. But it's a corner. Brown has come up this time as well. Ruggieri is in there. Oh, and a chance at the far post, and neither of them could convert it. Batista was in, and so too was Valdano. On the flick-on, it wasn't an offside because there was a man on the line. Can't be offside direct on a corner, but there was a flick-on.
It was the near-post corner, which we see so many teams in England attempting. It's very common in the Football League, but not so common in this World Cup so far. And if it's flicked on like that, as you see, there's not much you can do to defend against it.
Rummenigge. Free kick to West Germany. Forster to Arlos. But in fact, that's not the free kick been taken, it's just being placed. Berthold and Adair in there. Margart was also forward. So it's a cup final of corners and free kicks so far here, with 6 minutes gone. Maradona, only as far as Mateus. He was fouled by Enrique. Bramer. Rummenigge trying to turn it on. Maradona. Tackle was by Bramer.
I thought it was actually Giusti there who made that late tackle. No question about it, it was premeditated. After the ball was gone, referees had no idea that it had taken place, but he's up on his feet now anyway, Matias, and never mind looking after Maradona, somebody's already started to look after him.
This is Ruggieri for Argentina to Cachufo. This is Valdano. Running there is Adair down the right wing, being marked by Enrique. Bremer has gone across to take the throw. Adair, Bremer. Arlofs is waiting in the centre, so is Margaard. Karl-Heinz Förster arriving now, and that could leave West Germany light at the back if Argentina were to break swiftly. But they couldn't, and the German ranks are restored. Alartikachea, Enrique, Giusti, Alartikachea, Valdano's touch. Oh, Boroushaga on the run. Valdano has pulled away into the centre. The cross looks a bit long for him. And it was. Arlofs, free kick to West Germany. Adair. Förster. Jacobs. Socks now halfway down. Briegel. Looked to be a bit of obstruction there. Kuchifo on Arlofs. Free kick to West Germany. Thomas Berthold, the man brought back today, has gone up to the far side of the penalty area. This is Förster. Matthias drifts it in long. Adair takes up some interesting positions, the number 6. He's really a back four player with Bayern Munich, but more in midfield in this World Cup for Germany. Giusti. Diego Maradona, immediately surrounded by 3 opponents. Now he's got Matthias to contend with. He's definitely been made the main man marker of Maradona, as we were led to believe. And he began his career, one of his early internationals was against Maradona and Argentina. Matthias back in '82, before the World Cup. He did well against him then. Rummenigge. Boroushaga. Maradona's gone through the centre. Nice header by Karl-Heinz Förster, one of the world's most dependable defenders. Bremer to Berthold, who can be a promising attacker when he gets over the halfway line as he is now. Arlofs is moving into the centre, so is Karl-Heinz Rummenigge here. Corner to West Germany. Berthold making his way into the centre. Arlofs will take it. Briegel is there, and so is Jacobs. And into the arms of Pumpido, the 29-year-old goalkeeper, but headed straight back again, and they're still having to defend their Argentina overhead from Valdano. Free kick given against Enrique. No score with 11 minutes gone, if you may have just joined the match in the World Cup final. Free kick to West Germany. Now, only one goal has been scored from a direct free kick in this World Cup out of the 127 that have gone in, and it was scored by a German, Matthias. Bremer scored one when it was touched to him the other day, and those are the 2 players standing behind the ball at the moment. Arlofs is also there. He's got a good left foot. Challenge was by Briegel on Valdano.
And in that 11 or 12 minutes, the Germans tactically seem to be winning the day, although the best chance has fallen to the Argentine. The great man himself, Maradona, on the end of that run now, has actually made all of us feel a little bit better by miscontrolling a couple of passes to him, which nobody expects, but I think it does indicate signs of nerves and tension in him. He's not made the clean start that he's made in other games, and maybe that will be helpful to the German cause.
It's a corner to Argentina. Boroushaga has gone across to take it. Ruggieri, Brown and Valdano are all in the centre. Played back for Batista, who slipped and gave Margart the chance to clear as far as Alati-Kachea. Boroushaga still over on the left wing. And the whistle must have gone, surely. Everybody stopped. So now it'll be a free kick to Argentina. Maradona has placed the ball, and again Ruggieri is forward. Maradona in, Adair out. Giusti. Brown. Margart. Could be a bit awkward, but good overhead kick by Jacobs. Here's Boroushaga. Valdano in the centre forward position, and Boroushaga going himself. The referee says play on there. Wasn't going to give a free kick.
Very good refereeing. He realised there that Boroushaga had lost control of the ball and was trying to make up for it by getting the foul, getting the game stopped, and he saw it all very clearly and just allowed play to go on.
Alati-Kachea. Batista. Giusti. Been playing for a quarter of an hour in the World Cup final. It's Argentina 0, West Germany 0. Free kick to Germany, fouled by Enrique on Karl-Heinz Förster. Karl-Heinz Förster, who will be going to Marseille in France next season. His wife has just signed the contract, I gather, while he's away, having spent all his career up to now with Stuttgart. Bremer, who's also on the move from Kaiserslautern to Bayern Munich. £500,000, that is. Berthold. Mateus. Förster. Jacobs. Socks are down again now. Förster. Ada. Rummenigge waiting in the centre. Briegel. Hans-Peter Briegel. Giusti was the challenge. And it's a free kick on the very edge of the area. The Argentines feel that Briegel made a lot of that. Briegel, who gave away a penalty in the World Cup final 4 years ago, which Cabrini missed. Thought he might try and win one there. He threw himself very spectacularly somewhere near the line. Now remember, as Jimmy Hill said at the start, the West Germans have done better from free kicks than nearly probably any other nation in this World Cup. And Arlos touched it to Bremer. Referee not happy. And Maradona's going to be booked unless he's careful. Maradona, yellow card. The referee ordered the kick to be retaken. Maradona protested and got his first booking of the tournament. Still a free kick to West Germany. And the referee insisting that the Argentines retreat 10 yards. These are tense moments. Arlofs, Mateus, Margard, Briegel. Referee's pointing the other way this time. He's penalised Briegel.
Now that was a strange decision. Briegel positively played the ball one side, went round the other side of his opponent and ended up giving away a free kick. Mystifying.
Well, Maradona cautioned after 17 minutes. There's no score. Here's Batista. Brown. Caciuffo. Boroutchaga. Maradona. Faldano is waiting in the centre. So are two others. What a good tackle that was, but he's got it back. And Briegel had to come in. First tackle was by Dietmar Jakobs. That's his pass. And the Germans almost found a way through there. There was a little collision between Arlofs and Brown. Caciuffo. Enrique. Enrique again. Boroutchaga. They're told. Jakobs. Mateus, who's having to play deep because his job is to lie in wait for Maradona. Bremer. Arlofs, Berthold. Bremer. Ada. Berthold. Bremer. Ada now. That's his cross. Rummenigge didn't quite make contact. It would be a spectacular effort if he had. Faldano taking on Mateus and Briegel. Maradona. Foul by Jakobs. Quickly taken. Boroutchaga. Alarticachea chasing. Argentina need to get men in the centre. Alarticachea. Verster. And Justi. They're told. Batista got to him. Maradona. Boroutchaga. Flicked out only as far by Mateus as Caciuffo. Caciuffo again. Two Argentines go down. And a yellow card's been shown. It looked like Mateus for the foul on Maradona.
The psychology of yellow cards. Maradona now regained the initiative because Mateus mustn't go in for that kind of tackle again in this game or he risks going off the field.
Awkward in the jump at the far post and it's a goal. Brown! Jose Luis Brown, the man with the Irish ancestry, has given Argentina the lead after 22 minutes of the World Cup final. The South Americans are in front. Number 5, Jose Luis Brown, who ironically expects to play in Germany next season, has thrust the first dagger into the German hearts here. It was a good free kick, but Tony Schumacher will have to take some responsibility. He came and he didn't make it, Jimmy.
That miss eliminates Schumacher from the title of the best goalkeeper in the World Cup 1986, no question about it. A childish mistake, really, from a keeper. Bad error of judgment. It gave a goal away at a time when that's the last thing either side will want to do. The initiative is now with the Argentines, and that's what they wanted.
Well, they've taken what could prove to be a telling lead, although West Germany, when they won the World Cup in 1954 and again in 74, they conceded the first goal in the final on each occasion. That was Hector Enrique. While you were on the close-up there of Maradona, it was interesting that the Argentines sent both the centre-backs forward, and I think a lot of the German defenders were aware of Ruggeri, who scored from a set play earlier in the competition. And the man who went unnoticed a little bit was Jose Luis Brown. But even so, Schumacher has to take some of the responsibility. 1-0 to Argentina. Brown is 29 years old. And Harald Schumacher, who is desperate to prove himself the best goalkeeper in the world, might not be feeling quite that way at the moment. 24 minutes gone in the World Cup final of 1986. Argentina 1, West Germany 0. Hector Enrique, number 12. The German resilience and resolution has been proved in world football time and time again, so those supporters may be celebrating prematurely, we shall see. Just a reminder too on the bookings, Maradona and Mateus have both had the yellow card, and they're playing virtually against each other there. Batista. Margard miscontrolled. Justi. Boroushaga. Maradona. And again. Justi. Boroushaga. Free kick on the edge of the area to Argentina. Boroushaga, in the referee's view, was fouled. Karl-Heinz Förster won't accept it, but Diego Maradona certainly will, because this is dangerous territory. The Germans felt that the ball was played and not the man. Now Schumacher has got problems of a different sort. Valdano has walked away. Boroushaga has walked away. Batista is mingling in there with the wall, wants them further back. And that's Maradona, and well saved. He couldn't afford to let that one come off his body. There were two players cruising in for the rebound. The only direct free kick to go into the net in the World Cup, the one from Mateus for West Germany against Morocco. We've now seen 128 goals in this competition. The 128 by Brown is the one which gives Argentina the lead in this final with 27 minutes gone. Jakobs. Faldano. Well, the South Americans scored first in this vast stadium in 1970. You may recall it was a header then, Pelé. And Brazil went on to win 4-1, but not before Italy had got back to equalise. So can the Germans achieve that, I wonder? Here's Hector Enrique. Maradona knocked over off the ball by Mateus. The referee says get up, play on. Ruggeri. Now number 14, Ricardo Giusti. Cuchufo. Borotschaga. Hector Enrique. Giusti. Bit too intricate that. Bremer was in. But this is interesting. Borotschaga. Maradona's waiting, and the header back will give Argentina a corner.
Well, there's the man who hasn't made an auspicious start to this World Cup final, but he finds himself in a team that's leading by 1 goal. By his standards, not a good start at all. Miscontrolled the ball. For me, I'd like to see him do nothing else but play the ball first time in this half and just make Mateus' efforts wasteful. But he's tried to get to grips with him, and he's tried to dominate the game early on. Not succeeded, but that doesn't matter because Argentina have proved that they're not a one-man team.
So the corner is to be taken by Borotschaga. Now then, Ruggeri's in there this time. Maradona couldn't flick it on. Brown had stayed back, having made his impact earlier. If anybody's joined the match late, we've been playing nearly half an hour, and Argentina lead by 1-0, scored after 22 minutes by Brown. A header from a corner, a free kick rather. Here's Maradona. Position in the 13th World Cup final. Goal kick.
We saw Platini in other games try too much too early on, and I think Maradona is finding the same problem today. He's trying to impose himself on a game at a time when there's very little space.
Here's Karl-Heinz Förster coming out of the back four. Rummenigge's in the centre. Here's Briegel. Förster thought he was fouled, and the referee spotted it. Free kick to West Germany. No, throw in. Well, he pointed, and the Germans didn't get the free kick. Here's Förster. Berthold. Rummenigge! The sort of chance he's taken in the past, having scored 44 goals in 93 internationals for West Germany before today. Perhaps not the best of angles here as Berthold knocks the ball down a bit wide, and the shot was wider still.
Marvellous header down from Berthold. He's really a fine all-round player, very athletic, moving up and down that right touchline and showing there he's got the legs to get into the area and also to know what to do with it when he got there. Good chance he laid on there for Rummenigge. The Rummenigge of old would surely have done that much better with it.
Yes, there's a touch of the deja vu here, the way Rummenigge played in the first half in '82, which upset many German followers. He was taken off in that final. Some of his teammates thought he should never have played. Well, I think this year they want him in the team because of his influence, but it's not the Rummenigge that we used to know, not so far. Borotschaga. Maradona. Borotschaga. It's well played by him, and the Germans needing to pull those defensive-minded midfield players back. Here's Brown. Ruggeri offside, given against Borotschaga. Erik Fredriksson of Sweden, the European linesman, who took charge as referee of the opening game here, which was played 4 weeks ago yesterday. Here's Bremer. Seems like a lifetime. Some of us who've been out here for so long. Here's Justi. So, Franz Beckenbauer, who played in the World Cup final in '66, captained West Germany in the final in '74 when they won. He finds his side here a goal down. Maradona. Borotschaga. Oh, the back heel almost fell. Maradona, it did! Schumacher, another mistake.
Indeed, that was one for the hands, not the feet. He didn't have control of it, and Maradona, who we saw against England, doesn't mind taking the ball from a defender. There it is. Rather a stupid thing to do in the circumstances. Schumacher falling from grace.
And who would have thought that after his performances in previous rounds? Forster. Rummenigge tries to find a way through a packed defence. That was Jacobs. Hector Enrique. Popular little player there from River Plate. He has a brother who plays for Independiente, and Enrique on the ground there has really got the vote in that position over Borghi and Pasculi, the two players who were in the side at the beginning of the tournament.
He's a nimble little player, the right size for the midfielder. One who takes my eye is Borotschaga. Ozzy Ardiles over and over again with even greater running power. An outstanding midfield player, really. He could command a place anywhere in the world.
35 minutes gone. Argentina lead 1-0. Maradona perhaps trying a bit too hard there to get past Mateus. Cachufo. Maradona. A European nation has never won the World Cup on the American continent. It's always been seen as a towering achievement that they've never quite managed, and the Germans today having to come from behind. Valdano dropping back into his own half here and giving Borotschaga the chance to go forward. And offside against Enrique, to the relief, no doubt, of the Germans. Ada, Alartikachea, Maradona into Borotschaga. Justi's forward, but the pass doesn't find him. Only Forster. Briegel. Brown now doing the job of defender, just seeing the ball back to Pumpido. Well done, Virgin Atlantic challenger. Well, the Germans still battling it out there on those 50-50 balls in midfield, but Valdano's quick through ball there was aimed at Maradona. And Germany finding it difficult to break out, but Berthold is the man most likely to do it on the evidence we've seen so far. Down that right-hand side. It was Batista that robbed him. Justi. Alartikachea, Enrique. Maradona, little touch back was beautiful. He's gone again, offside. Wanted to play the 1-2 with Borotschaga.
that sort of touch is more like it. When you're being man-to-man marked as closely as he is, it'll save him an awful lot of trouble in this half if he brings his colleagues into the game quickly as he did there, and then look for space beyond.
Here's Hans-Peter Briegel. Margaret. Free kick's been given against Giusti. Bremer to take it. Offside. Briegel and Berthold were caught. West Germany bidding here to win it for the third time, which Brazil and Italy have done. Argentina moving well with Hector Enrique. This is Borochaga. Enrique's gone forward, so has Maradona. Maradona, oh, we nearly got Borochaga in again. This is Batista, and it came off a German foot, taking the power out of the shot from Sergio Batista.
And that move from a one-touch from Maradona to set the whole thing going. If he can get that rhythm going, he'll deny the Germans a chance to get back in this game.
Well, Carlos Bilardo, who's affectionately known as Big Nose, must be fairly pleased with the scent of this first half. It's going Argentina's way, although Germany have the free kick and Karl-Heinz Förster is forward for it. Bremer. Bremer's cross. Berthold's in there. Briegel! No! Still free. Hans-Peter Briegel's drive was blocked. Jakobs. Hint of an opening there for West Germany. Here's Bremer again. And Berthold and Rummenigge are in there together. Berthold's proving a handful in the air for that Argentine defence. Here's Briegel, and he's still hovering on the edge of the area, Berthold. Förster. And he's in there again. And Argentina glad that Maradona can suddenly pick up pace. And Jakobs brought him down.
No stretcher necessary, I think, on this occasion. He was blocked, but in a rugby match, I think they'd hardly notice that kind of challenge. Of course, in soccer, it is a foul and was given as such, but Maradona just beginning to find the sort of space that he would relish. But he's earned it by laying the ball off quickly at times. I do feel his great problem, he's got so much all-round ability, is to keep that balance, to being a member of the team and an outstanding individual. The time to use those extraordinary skills is the problem that he has. Early on, he didn't get the balance right. If he does in the second half, we're going to be in for another treat.
Here's Julio Alarticuchea. Kept his place from Garay since Garay went out of the team through suspension, although Alarticuchea had been on as a sub in every other match. Argentines have played a settled side for the most part. Speculation in the German camp, especially as they're a goal down, may well be whether we shall see Rudi Fuller or Pierre Litbarski come on for the second half. Here's Jakobs. Bremer. Margaret. Not in the game so much so far, but fouled there by Enrique. 3 minutes to go to half-time in the first World Cup final to be played in the same stadium, and it's a free kick to West Germany. They're looking for an offside, and they've got it. But the linesman's flag was acknowledged, and then the referee decided to apply what he must have thought was an advantage, because the red flag of Benny Ulloa was clearly raised. And having said that we've got a second Brazilian referee in succession here, there has just been the odd occasion when the crowd, and I think the linesman, have been a little uncertain about just what he gave. Here's Bremer. Jacobs. Förster. Aid has made his way up to support Rummenigge, who's offside. Germans have had their wives and families with them here in Mexico. Rummenigge's wife and 3 children are here. In fact, everybody, I think, virtually bar Schumacher, who said he didn't want his wife here because it would distract his concentration. Well, something did on the cross which brought the only goal. Mind you, Pumpido hasn't had a great deal to do at the other end. He may still be tested later. There's times when the referee gives free kicks here where he almost uses a signal rather than his whistle, and so much noise in the stadium you probably couldn't hear his whistle anyway. There's just under a minute to go in the first half. The Germans looking for an equaliser. Berthold. Margaard. Now, was that a foul by Giusti? Bremer has gone across. There may just be time for the Germans to force something here. Riegel going in, Brown heading it out. Matthäus. Shot was blocked. Huge crowd, 114,000. Riegel. And they've seen a first half in which the South Americans have the edge. The Brazilian referee sends the teams off with the score at half-time 1-0. Sequence with the other substitutes. He's wearing number 9. And I think when the game restarts, we should probably pick up Rudi Fuller, who has this remarkable scoring record of internationals. 20 goals in 36 appearances for West Germany. And he's on up front with Rummenigge, which suggests the player who's gone off is most likely Klaus Arlofs. At the moment it's Argentina who got the ball in the German half, but there's a free kick. Fuller scored against Scotland, you'll recall, and against France, although that was the second goal in the 90th minute that hardly mattered. Here's Bremer. Berthold. Broutschaga. Batista. Giusti. Diego Maradona. Jacobs has come across. Just a reminder too that extra time will be played if the scores are level. And if they were still locked at the end of 120 minutes, it will be penalties. That's a change from 1982, when there was a replay scheduled in case. FIFA have decided that they will do away with any possibility of a replay. So in theory, the World Cup final could now be settled with a penalty shootout. Faldano. There's Fuller. This is Jacobs for West Germany. Karl-Heinz Förster. Riegel's gone down the left wing, and it's too long.
And although most of us don't really take kindly to settling games on penalty kicks, I'm sure in World Cup competitions there's been a lot of discussion here about other ways of doing it. It does seem somehow even more unreal for a final to be settled in that way, should it occur. But those of us looking forward to the 2 o'clock plane tomorrow afternoon after 5 weeks away might even settle for penalties at the end of this match, if it should be needed.
And Valdano's on his way here, and Maradona's in the centre. It's on his right foot, and he used his right foot, and there was an offside flag up anyway, so the point of interest was merely which foot he used.
Well, that's the first time I've actually seen him use that right foot. I know Bobby Charlton feels that not enough of our players at home are completely two-footed, but Maradona, of all the great players in the world that we've ever seen, is probably as one-footed as any. There he did use the right foot, but it was a little soft prod on the volley, I thought. Not a lot of power in it.
He still sprinted into that telling position of his, though, where he often gets his goals. This is Eder, who's moved to the right wing, the 6. Bremer. Free kick given to West Germany. Riegel is in there. Karl-Heinz Förster has come forward. Berthold wants it played long. Oh, and there was a collision. Play goes on for the moment. Karl-Heinz is still up there. And a chance here perhaps for Eder. Something happened off the ball as that free kick was about to be taken. Karl-Heinz Förster was sent crashing to the ground by an Argentine. Batista to Maradona. Oh, they've got space here. Goodness me. This is Borotschaga, Hector Enrique to his right, Valdano to his left. Borotschaga's clean through, didn't make the most of it. Valdano. Oh, what an opportunity. 3 against 1 and they couldn't score.
Sometimes they don't play the obvious ball, you know. In fact, quite often they don't do that. The obvious ball there was to the right where the free player was. You can't, there he is now, but he wouldn't play that obvious pass. And in the end, did it on his own, and you saw the result there. But it would have killed the game stone dead if they'd got the second goal. But for those of us who like to see a good game, maybe that was the best result at the end of that movement.
Well, before the corner can be taken, we have an Argentine player injured back in his own half, and that's the reason for the delay. The referee will signal for a stretcher simply because that's the arrangement, that players should not receive prolonged treatment on the pitch. Maybe the goal scorer there, Brown. There was an incident in the far penalty area, and I've got a feeling that had something to do with the collision I referred to earlier, because there was some pushing and shoving as the free kick was about to be taken, and when it all got sorted out and the kick was cleared, Brown was the man on the ground. Now, has he damaged his elbow? Dr. Madero, the Argentine doctor, is on the pitch there with the grey hair. His right shoulder, possibly. A Brian Robson type injury, maybe. The doctor may be saying, let's have a look at it first before we make a substitution. What they do have is a corner when the agony of Brown can be dealt with. Here's Batista for Argentina to Valdano. Couldn't get away from Berthold. Riegel. Batista very strong. So Carlos Bilardo having to decide whether Brown can continue, and the answer is yes. Holding his arm very awkwardly, but he's back in his defensive position. This is Eder for West Germany, who are a goal behind. 6 minutes gone in the second half. In fact, Brown has got his right arm held across his chest at the moment. Brings back memories of Beckenbauer back in 1970 when he played with his shoulder in a sling. Bremer. Nothing wrong with his head, though. Maradona. Giusti, the only forward player here for the Argentines, taking on Dietmar Jakobs. Riegel. Fuller to his left, and Briegel likes to go on these charging runs. Nickname in Germany is the steamroller. He's got Fuller with him. Glad to force the corner. So Brown continues in some pain. And it'll be Matthias to take it. Briegel and Fuller have gone onto the near post. It's long, it's Berthold. And Alartikachaya, what a good little pass to Valdano. Good interception though by Bremer. And here's Berthold. Flags up here, free kick to West Germany. So Briegel stays in there. Forster goes to join him. A lot of jostling. And Germany had put 9 men forward there. This is Matthias to Magath. Eder has stayed forward. Oh, given away by Felix Magath. Maradona. Knocked off it rather. Boroushaga needs to win it back and couldn't. Jakobs. Berthold. Good spell for Germany. And Brown, clearly not fit, is hoping the ball runs, and it does. And he's got another bang on the arm against the perimeter boards. This man is in a great deal of pain. And Argentina have to make a decision about whether he can carry on.
Their problem is that he's such a specialist that not easy to replace. I mean, I don't know enough about the substitutes to know whether they would be adequate replacements, but they certainly are not the specialist that he is at the back of that Argentine defence. And one way in which the Germans have got him in trouble once in a while is with high crosses.
Yes, if they brought on Clausen or Garay, neither is as tall as Brown, that's true. This is Eder for West Germany. Rummenigge's calling in the centre, so too is Fuller. Now Bremer. Eder goes to the right. Free kick again. Well, the tallest men in there are Berthold, Briegel and Jakobs. And Briegel was sandwiched at the far post. He's protesting furiously that he got shoved. Nothing's been given. And Argentina are hoping to break out with Valdano. Maradona. That's the speciality pass that they have, of just moving the ball on to the next player. Hector Enrique found Valdano, and they've got players up here. Valdano! 2-0 to Argentina. The Azteca salutes the South American side, who may now become world champions. The ball helped on again. And Valdano just pushed that past Schumacher and made goal scoring look easy. Schumacher spread himself, but the ball is in the net, and Argentina are 2-0 in front. Valdano salutes the Azteca. The Azteca salutes Argentina. The first time pass pays off again for the South Americans. 56 minutes gone, and West Germany find themselves 2 behind. Matthias. So now for Franz Beckenbauer, who experienced defeat at Wembley in 1966 as a young player. He'll know what a few of those Germans out there have got to do now. Here's Bremer. Maradona against Förster. What a swift, sweeping move that was, Jimmy.
It was indeed, and young Maradona helped it on first time, really took the pressure away from himself and proved that there are other players in the Argentine team quite capable of finishing moves. Valdano couldn't go on missing them in the way that he had in other matches. He's too classy a player for that, and that was probably the most difficult chance he's had, and he took it so coolly, absolutely perfectly at the end of the day. There's the man with the long nose. There's a man with a long chin all his life, really. I have some sympathy with him there, but let's hope he's got talent, as he will prove himself the outstanding manager in the world, by all means. I mean, encouraging from England's point of view, the Germans 2-0 down to them. England only lost 2-1 and by a disputed goal, so it makes our performance in perspective look that much better. Here they go again, Argentina.
Maradona, intercepted by Berthold. Free kick again. It's all going Argentina's way just for the moment, and they're taking these free kicks quickly. This is Brouchaga. Maradona's in the centre waiting, and Jakobs concedes the corner. Or does he? No, Schumacher's just kept it in. Four years ago, we saw West Germany lose 3-1 to Italy in the final. Now they trail 2-0 to Argentina. Here's Mateus. That was Bremer. This is Berthold. It's running out.
The whistle of the Mexican crowd. They do not tolerate anything except the best here. They let you know very quickly if they're dissatisfied with some aspect of the game. But the Germans, I think, really punishing themselves in the same way as the Brazilians, in that they've probably too much faith in the giants of the past, and really keeping Rummenigge on, for me, was a mistake. He hasn't done very much in this game, and they could have put Alos and Vela together, which would have given them a much more potent striking force up front. Now I think they're going to regret that.
Maradona. Valdano's in the centre, and so is Brouchaga. It was Briegel's tackle. Dieter Hernes is one of the substitutes that Franz Beckenbauer could still use.
And in his 20 minutes, when he came on last time round, Dieter Hernes looked like a very old international indeed.
Valdano. Germans really battling away there to get their lines cleared. Here's Rougerie. And now Alarti-Kachea, and Rougerie has stayed in the centre. And Alarti-Kachea has won the corner. And Dieter Hernes is going to come on in place of Felix Magath. Felix Magath doesn't want to come off. Oh, but Rougerie goes in. Dieter Hernes, who's 33 years old, was recently recalled to the international team after 7 years' absence. He's the brother of Uli Hernes, who played in the final in '74 for West Germany. And it is in the end Felix Magath, whose last game that may well have been of his career. He's going to take over as general manager of Hamburg next season, and he's gone off to be replaced by the unmistakable figure of Dieter Hernes, blonde and balding up front. So now they have Hernes and Fuller as the central striking pair, and I assume Rummenigge will play just behind them. Here's Berthold. "17 minutes gone in the second half of the 1986 World Cup final in Mexico City. Argentina 2, scorers Brown and Valdano, West Germany 0. It is the long sequence of South American teams winning the World Cup on this continent about to be maintained. If it's not, then West Germany have a miracle to perform. This is Enrique, number 12, going at them here, showing he can do a little bit of a Maradona, although perhaps not quite so thrustful in the end. Referee has given the free kick, and the Germans beginning to lose a bit of faith in the referee now, and a yellow card has been shown. Briegel or Bremer, was it? Well, Briegel was the player who argued with the referee. And a free kick to Argentina. Maradona. So, Argentina seem to enjoy attacking that left-hand goal in the second half of matches here at the Azteca, as we saw against England and Belgium. Oof. Well, it's a hard game, especially when you're 2 down. Jakobs. Briegel. Now Rummenigge has obviously been given licence here to roam. He's on the left wing. Fuller has come short. It's Rummenigge's cross in. Appeals for handball against Caciufo, not given. Valdano, Dieter Hernes. Just challenged him, and this is where Dieter might be quite useful to the Germans. If they can get a few free kicks in wide positions, he might just nod one in for them. Bremer's going to take this one. It's been played short, and Bremer's gone again offside. Not the kind of free kick that Dieter Hernes would appreciate.
Just thinking of Gary Lineker sitting in our World Cup studio, torn between wanting to see, I'm sure as we all do, a flash of the brilliance of Maradona, but at the same time not wanting to lose his record of the leading scorer in the World Cup, which at this moment stands intact.
Now Germany have a little break on here. This is Hernes. Now it's Bremer. Now it's Matthias. Brown there playing with the injured arm. He's still got it across his chest. Reminds us also, of course, of Jerry Byrne in that FA Cup final many, many years ago, playing for Liverpool with a broken collarbone. But Maradona's men are in a good position here. 20 minutes into the second half, they lead 2-0. Fuller. Done well. Brown just got a foot to the clearance. Talking of leading scorers, we ought to make the point too that Valdano has now moved on to 4 as a result of that second goal. Here's Eder for West Germany. Berthold. And that's a foul. Quickly taken free kick to Eder. Fuller waits in the centre, so does Hernes. Fuller went in first. Rummenigge is coming in for the challenge. And Brown takes another almighty smack on the arm, and how he's carrying on, I'm not entirely sure. But I suppose if you're 25 minutes away from a World Cup winner's medal, here's Briegel. And Brown again. What a hero he's becoming. Goal scorer. Now defending valiantly as Bremer places the ball for the corner to West Germany. And is Dieter Hernes going to be a strength here? It's curling awkwardly, and a Pompidou actually is in some ways slightly unorthodox. He doesn't look terribly happy on crosses, but near the line he's very quick to react. Got a free kick there actually for some shoving. Well, the temperature down there on the pitch is somewhere in the 90s. So it's heat, it's altitude, and in Brown's case it's pain as well. Now then, Hector Enrique. Valdano is in the middle, so is Maradona. Valdano! Highly intelligent man. He's a keen reader of literature and well versed also now in the Spanish culture because he's been playing out there for 10 years. So halfway through the second half of the 13th World Cup final, being played in front of 114,000 people in Mexico City. Argentina 2, West Germany 0. But one remembers some of the great West German comebacks of the past from seemingly hopeless positions. Leon 1970 against England and France in Seville in 1982 when they were 3-1 down and eventually won on penalties. And indeed against Hungary back in the 54 final, Jimmy Hill reminds me. Here's Berthold. Header. Oh, they fooled themselves. Broutschaga. Maradona, Broutschaga. Enrique's made a run for offside. Now, was he, Jimmy?
I think he was clearly onside there. It was a well-timed run, a perfectly chipped pass. We might get the chance to see it again. Quite often linesmen are correct in these situations. Look at that. You can see it came from well inside the centre circle there, and unquestionably a well-timed run.
Maradona to Enrique. Now they've got Broutschaga making a forward run. Justi, Batista. Hernes putting himself about. Justi again. Broutschaga. Oh, look at that skill on the ball. Pity he couldn't have just finished it off with a nice pass. He's got such quick feet, Broutschaga. Raymer for West Germany. Hernes up with Brown. Support coming in from Ruggieri. Batista cleared. Maradona's header. Berthold. Jacobs. Rummenigge's made a run in towards the penalty area. Hernes is behind him now. That was Hernes. Fuller. Berthold. And Brown wasn't sure with his header there. And there's a bit of danger for Argentina, but they know how to clear. Maradona. Handball, was it? Well, he thought so. Briegel said, shook his head, and so did the referee. Förster. Hernes. And a clash of heads now involving Dieter Hernes. Reminds me very much of Horst Frubesch, the big centre-forward the Germans threw on in Spain when they were in trouble.
Yes, Frubesch seemed to me just that little bit more athletic and younger. Hernes, an outstanding career, but like one or two veterans, not finding this climate really to his liking. There's the man with the problems, done so well to get Germany to the final, in my book. We've all been talking about maybe the best teams don't win World Cups at the end. Certainly those that have produced the most entertaining performances haven't ended up on this particular pitch today, like Brazil and France, Denmark. They've all gone, and the Germans doggedly, with Franz Beckenbauer leading them, have plotted their way to the final. But I think life has caught up with them today.
Here's Valdano. Maradona appeared to be fouled on that, but he's found Justi just the same. Broutschaga waiting in the centre. Broutschaga, no, good clearance.
A lot of talk here about the linesmen normally being referees. See, I thought that was offside, that particular position, but not easily spotted from the replay. But they're not used to lining these chaps that come out here. They're referees in their own country of some stature, and to go on the line makes life difficult again.
Batista, Valdano. But there's been a free kick given back there in Schumacher's 6-yard area. Yes, there's been plenty of debate about refereeing. In fact, FIFA's Secretary Sepp Blatter was quoted the other day as saying that they're going to have to rethink the refereeing appointments for the next World Cup and not necessarily pander to the lesser footballing nations by always including one of theirs, maybe have more referees from the more established countries. So there could be a change in FIFA policy before we reach Italy in 1990. Bremer. Burster. Berthold. Fuller and Hoeneß waiting in the middle. And Pompidou came well to meet Fuller. That was a decent enough punch. Got the ball out of danger. Valdano. Perhaps Argentina just overindulging themselves a little with this 2-goal lead. Bremer. And if they do, the Germans are the kind of team who will make them pay for it. Bremer has gone across to take the corner. Beckenbauer hoping to get something back here. Driven, Fuller, Rummenigge! Goal! Karl-Heinz Rummenigge. With 17 minutes to go, he's got one back, and West Germany have a foothold again in the final. Argentina concede from the corner. Fuller with the flick on. Karl Rummenigge scores his 45th international goal despite nursing a knee injury, and that's his first goal of this World Cup, taken with the poacher's instinct inside the 6-yard box. So it's 2-1, and the German powers of recovery being called upon again, and the Kaiser must feel it's by no means over. Argentina, it's my view, against England and against Belgium, with no disrespect for the opposition, do tend to indulge in a little bit of an over-elaborate play when they get into a 2-goal lead. And whether that's shared or not, that view at home, there's no doubt that West Germany have clawed their way back. Here's Broutschaga. Enrique tries to get through. Play on, says the referee. Well, this World Cup final could now reach quite a climax. Berthold. Rummenigge's waiting in the centre again. Berthold's going for the line, but he took it too far.
Well, that's brought the stadium to life. We were just thinking of a quiet last 15 minutes of not exactly boredom, but I'm sure that man there felt that he was almost home and dry, but now the whole thing, the whole situation has turned dramatically. The initiative is with the Germans and fear is with Argentina.
And a deafening din round the stadium here. 2-1 then to Argentina inside the last quarter of an hour of normal time. Can the Germans force extra time? Well, his first real mistake. This is Maradona. Valdano's made a run into the centre, and Maradona forces the corner. Well, Brown's in no fit state to go up for this. He's looking across at the bench. But Ruggeri will go. And so will Batista. So can Maradona now inspire Argentina towards a third goal, which would surely wrap it up? Valdano coming in now, Batista coming in now. Well, we all know what happened in 1966. West Germany scored in the last minute and forced extra time. That is still a possibility here. Bremer. Fuller. Batista. Berthold. Still a good outlet on the right for West Germany. Dieter Hoeneß takes up his position in the penalty area. Argentina got the run of the ball there of Thomas Berthold, playing with the cast on the right wrist because of an old injury. The injury that's of more concern to Argentina is that of براون, who's just got his right arm, as you probably can see from that picture, still held at an awkward angle. Yellow card, a la caricature for time wasting. Now that header by Rougerie has put Maradona on his way, and Jorge Valdano in the centre-forward position. Maradona challenged by Forster, play on. Header for West Germany. Bremer. Rummenigge. They're playing for free kicks now, the Germans, a little bit. They've got one there. It'll be taken by Andras Bremer. Hoeneß, no, Rougerie was marking him. Hoeneß got a bang in the face. Ball retrieved by Bremer, but Germany have still got 5 players waiting on the edge of the Argentine penalty area. This is Jakobs. Briegel, straight into the chest of Maradona. Rummenigge. Fell over his own feet there, rather, but the ball helped on to Forster. Rummenigge. They're playing for free kicks now, the Germans, a little bit. They've got one there. It'll be taken by Andras Bremer. Hoeneß, no, Rougerie was marking him. Hoeneß got a bang in the face. Ball retrieved by Bremer, but Germany have still got 5 players waiting on the edge of the Argentine penalty area. This is Jakobs. Briegel, straight into the chest of Maradona. Rummenigge. Fell over his own feet there, rather, but the ball helped on to Forster. Jakobs. Briegel. Germans just working the ball and looking for the lofted pass towards Hoeneß. The header out by Batista. Broussard looks for Maradona, and he would have been away. Now Briegel stepping right across him.
Foul or not, this hasn't been the Maradona we've seen in the matches leading up to the final. That run he had on the left just a moment ago, he didn't have to go past anybody. He was leading Forster, but he lost control of it even so.
Enrique. Justi. Ball was out. 10 minutes remaining, that is, if we don't have extra time. Maradona, wasn't a bad turn. Well, we could still have a further substitution, or rather substitutions by Argentina, because West Germany have used Fuller and Hoeneß. They've had their full complement. Here's Rummenigge. Matthias. And the cross for Hoeneß. They're appealing for a penalty in there. They've got a corner. Now the goal came from a corner on that side. And there's danger here for Argentina. Bremer will take it. is Enrique 10 yards. Yellow card is it? Yellow card, Hector Enrique. Fuller trying to take up a near post position here. Raymer curls it, awkward. Oh, it's there! Rudy Fuller! Germany have equalised! Rudy Fuller keeps up this incredible record. Another corner, another header, and there he was to turn it in. Rudy Fuller, 21 goals in 37 internationals. Brings it back to 2-2, and the West Germans have gone and done it all over again. Pulled a match out of the fire when it seemed that Argentina had virtually won the World Cup. Hector Enrique. Handball. What a turnaround. And now thanks to the Germans for making a game of it. The second goal for Argentina went in too early. Maradona. Cuchufo. Two corners, two goals for West Germany. Cross ball, certainly not the strength of this Argentine defence as England proved. Offside, Rummenigge.
What is quite extraordinary is that the Argentines haven't brought on their substitutes at this stage of the game, especially with Brown being injured in the way he is. He's holding his hand down by his side now, not up by his shoulder. But nevertheless, we've talked about this being a 13-man game and energy being important at this stage. You would have thought maybe that a couple of fresh legs would have made all the difference. He's onside!
Borotschaga is through for Argentina. Can he do it? It's there! Borotschaga has made it 3-2! Amazing scenes here! With 6 minutes to go, Argentina are back in front. Villano is a man possessed because thanks to Borotschaga, Argentina may possess the World Cup again. Clean through, but what a cool finish as the goalkeeper and defender reached him. It was a long, long way, but he made it. And one of the best players in the World Cup for Argentina, Jorge Borotschaga, has scored within what? A minute of Fuller bringing it back to 2-2. This now goes down as one of the most memorable World Cup finals, even in the experience of Franz Beckenbauer. Is there more drama still to come? Berto. Rummenigge crosses. The game has got a mind of its own here. No longer can you talk about patterns or people dominating what's going on. It's taken on an unpredictable edge, which has got the Azteca humming maybe like never before. This vast bowl of a stadium that saw Brazil demolish Italy in 70, and Neri Pompidou gets the yellow card. Well, they're being littered about now to a degree where somebody would get sent off surely if we had extra time. That's Pompidou's second of the competition. Not that that matters now in World Cup terms, but if he was to be cautioned again, he's off. Batista. Diego Maradona. When that goal went in, the scenes that you couldn't see... Oh, yellow card again. That looks like Batista to me. The referee's shown the yellow card for dissent. Well, he's collecting them now like numbers of railway engines. Here's Jakobs for West Germany. They're still in it, make no mistake about that. Briegel. Valdano. Now, Argentina, can they do this time what they couldn't do before? And just retain... Yes, they can, because Brouchaga's up as well, so is Maradona. Valdano. Maradona. Oh, he would have gone all the way! He nearly did! But hold on, the free kick will be given for the first challenge. Not the one by Schumacher, but the one on the edge of the area, or just outside, that first prevented Maradona from going on what might have been the clinching run of this World Cup. He tried to stay on his feet, and then went over again. Well, this great theatre of football, the Azteca, is seeing drama here of a very special kind. There are some 2.5 minutes left on the clock. Argentina lead West Germany by 3 goals to 2 in a quite memorable encounter. And Maradona is preparing to take a free kick. And they don't really want to hurry here, Argentina. Maradona, saved by Schumacher. And Eder collides with Valdano. And still you can't, or you daren't write off West Germany. Dietmar Jakobs. Batista. 114,000 people captivated by a football match which has risen to the height that you would want and expect from the most important game played anywhere in the world over a 4-year period. Karl-Heinz Förster. Dieter Herners. Ruggeri won it. But hang on, here's Rummenigge. Well, if they're going to do it now, it's going to be in the last minute. Bremer. Looked like offside against Fuller to me. Rummenigge. Still Rummenigge. Oh, it's Brown, the hero of the hour. The man whose shoulder may even need an operation. The referee has given the throw to Argentina, but if you want to find a man who's proved himself a giant in more ways than one here, it's Jose Luis Brown. He started it all off with the first goal, and he may have settled it there with what could be the last important clearance. Because while the injury is being attended to, the clock is ticking round to 45 minutes. And we've no way of knowing what the view will be of the Brazilian referee on stoppage time. And the substitute preparing to come on is Marcelo Troviani, number 21. The stadium in a ferment. They're saying, can we bring our substitute on? This is South American ploy to waste a few seconds. They want to get Brouchaaga off, and the referee's not apparently having any of it. He's saying, look, I'm adding this time on. He's not in your picture, Bilardo is. He's saying, okay, well, let's finish it one way or the other. Troviani will make his entrance, and Brouchaaga, who may have scored the goal that's won the World Cup, leaves the stage. A quick embrace. We are now into stoppage time. Argentina 3, West Germany 2. That's going to go Argentina's way, that decision. When that throw-in is finally taken. We'll just see where Troviani is going to play, but the crowd seemed to be whistling as one. Maradona got kicked. And they're still saying, all the players are going up to the referee now saying, how much longer, how much longer? Maradona to Troviani. The back heel, oh brilliant, Hector Enrique. Faldano is square and unmarked. Oh, a poor finish by Enrique. And danger too, Mateus. Batista needs to win this. And still the referee won't blow the whistle. We're now 2 minutes into stoppage time. And the Germans have a chance, they don't! Argentina have won the World Cup for the second time in one of the most dramatic finals in the history of the competition. A quite extraordinary second half in the Azteca. South America beats Europe to go 7-6 ahead in the history of the World Cup. But they'll be telling the story of this match for many, many World Cups to come. The Argentines led 2-0 through براون and Valdana, and that was the position with 17 minutes to go. Then the stadium was treated to a typical West German recovery. Karl-Heinz Rummenigge and Rudi Völler, 2 goals in 10 minutes to make it 2-2, but within a minute, while the Germans were still mentally congratulating each other, all was vulnerable when you've just scored. Borotschaga broke through, and his was the goal that won the 1986 World Cup for Argentina. And around us, 114,000 people catch their breath, try to take in what they've just seen. So do all the reporters. And they shower tinsel from the seats high in the stands to mark a football match that belongs in the game's Hall of Fame. It's made of 18-karat gold, and the man who receives it is Diego Maradona of Argentina. The world's greatest player receives the world's most important football prize. Argentina crowned world champions in a final fitting to grace the world's most important competition of our national game.